Get 6 months of unlimited access to local news for just $2 when you subscribe today. This price won't last long, so lock it in now at duluthnewstribune.com. That's duluthnewstribune.com for 6 months of local news for just $2. Hello Northlanders, it's Wednesday, March 15th. I'm Wyatt Buckner, the Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. The Miller Hill Mall was evacuated Tuesday morning after a roof collapse. No injuries were immediately reported. Scott Scarr, manager of Barnes & Noble, told the News Tribune he was preparing to open the store when he heard a loud noise and felt the building shake at about 8:55 a.m. After looking through the gate at the mall entrance to the store, he saw snow in the courtyard hallway near Express. Scarr and his employees reported noticing a strong gas smell and left the mall. He said the gas smell was strong even outside the mall after they evacuated. Crews were on the roof clearing snow before the collapse Tuesday morning about 100 yards away from the portion that collapsed. As they prepared to move to that spot, a crew member and the mall's operation director went under the roof to check the area. They reported the roof area seemed unsafe and it caved in shortly after, officials said. Kelly Latuska, public information officer for the city of Duluth, said water and gas were turned off and everyone was accounted for. And on the topic of snow, local road crews may barely have time to catch their breath before the next winter storm system bears down the Northland, likely beginning this evening. In the latest weekend storm, city crew members logged 900 hours, racking up about $45,000 in overtime to cover about 6,700 miles of road, City Administrator Noah Schuckman told the City Council on Monday. He said a staff of 35 people, along with a few fill-ins, have clocked in at 2 a.m. for 4 consecutive days, putting in 16-hour shifts since the latest weather system blanketed Duluth with more than a foot of snow. So far this winter, Duluth has received 116.4 inches of snow, making it the 9th snowiest winter since the city began keeping records in 1885, and it's not close to over yet. Schuckman noted that if the city receives average accumulations of snow in the coming weeks, it's on pace to top 1996 for the most winter snowfall ever recorded. The National Weather Service on Tuesday forecast accumulations exceeding 6 inches east of US Highway 53 in northeastern Minnesota and along the South Shore, clear to Bayfield. Members of the Duluth City Council were divided Monday night over a resolution meant to send a message to national leaders calling for nuclear disarmament. With councilors locked in at a 4-4 tie vote despite extensive public testimony in support of the resolution, the measure failed for a lack of majority. The disagreement stemmed largely from debate whether the City Council would be overstepping its purview to register its support for the proposed international treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons. Dr. Ira Helfand, 1985 recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize and co-president of the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War, testified to the council remotely from Massachusetts. He said, contrary to popular belief, nuclear weapons do not make the nation safer, and, citing Robert McNamara, said it's only luck that has prevented nuclear war thus far. Voting in support of the resolution were councilors Roz Randorf, Mike Mayo, Azreen Owl, and Gary Anderson. Voting against it were councilors Janet Kennedy, Eric Forsman, Hannah Alstead, and Noah Hobbs. At-large councilor Teresa Tomanek was absent, producing the tie result. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by the News Tribune's Northlandia podcast.
Weather for the Duluth area today, mild conditions with mostly cloudy skies. Rain moves in later tonight, temperatures dropping into the low 30s. And then for Thursday, breezy with areas of rain and snow. That continues into Thursday night, and then more snow for Friday. Temperatures drop to the mid-20s. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Robert Pointer.
Thank you to the Northlandia podcast for their support. The weekly podcast explores curious and unique stories here in the Northland. Whether it's the true story of Ely's band of mushers or a look inside Duluth's teeny tiniest store, each episode celebrates the region's distinctive people, places, and history. You can find the latest episode of Northlandia at duluthnewstribune.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Laura Butterbrodt, Peter Passy, and Joe Bowen. Thank you for listening to the Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.